Hi, everybody. My name is Roy with Royal Electricity Empire. And I wanted to get this video out to you because I've been coming across an electrical problem frequently. I mean, it's very common. It's in a lot of the older homes built in the 80s, in the 70s. And so I have some things that I'm going to show you. And a lot of people talk about house fires, and they worry. They worry about you know, they'll plug something in and the outlet will melt. They'll have a melted outlet. And then all of a sudden, they'll have a whole string of outlets that are not working after that. And then they call me. I come in, I do an inspection, and I see the burned outlets. I look at the panels, and I see most of the time it's because they'll have a Zinsco brand panel with the colored breakers. So I'll show you that. And so what you see is a production style installation when the home was built. And what they used to do is they used to take the outlets that have these little stab-in connections where you just strip the tip of the wire off and just push it into the back of the outlet in this little hole, instead of wrapping it around the screw and tightening it down for a tight connection. So what I want to express is that these overheating and these symptoms that make people worry about electrical fires, they come from loose connections. A loose connection will cause a lot of heat under a load. So if you know the problems don't happen in the wire, the wire in the wall, the wire ran under the house. Where the problem is always is at the connection points, the termination points. So in the boxes where the outlets are, in the boxes where the switches and the lights are, in the electrical panels where they terminate, where they connect to the breakers. These are the points of connection where the problems occur, not in the length of the wire. So look at this and see how these outlets and how they're installed, and when people are building houses, and just how they're pushed to work fast and produce in a fast manner. And so it's a really quick, cheap installation, and it calls for problems later on down the line. Then you have Zinsco panels. You can look this up, Zinsco. That brand is just a bad brand. You got to replace the whole panel. The breakers, they don't trip, they don't turn off, and things overheat. Lots of problems with those. So I'm changing out a panel in a house, and I'm changing out all the outlets. And what I see across the board are these burned connections, and they're all loose. They're loose connections, so they have everything out. All the outlets have to be replaced, the panel has to be replaced, and all the connection points have to be very tight, solid connections. And that should answer your questions about why burned outlets happen, or why should I replace all the outlets in my home, or have them looked at least to see how they're connected. Have your panel inspected, because I'll go into a house and the panel is fried. A bunch of things are not working. Outlets, I take the outlets, I open them, I take them out and look in the box, and just melted insulation, the wires, the insulation is melted off of the wires. The outlet is completely melted and came apart, disconnected. And it can cause a house fire, but it usually just overheats into the point of it falling apart and disconnecting, and then it stops. So that's why all the connections have to be inside of an enclosure or a box. In case that happens, there's nothing very flammable. So that's it for today. I just thought I would stop and teach you guys about, the common symptoms before a house fire or an electrical fire and the things I see out in the field. So, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe so you see more videos, and ring the bell. Thank you very much.